What's up YouTube, it's Mr. Poketacular. I haven't made a video in a while, I apologize for that. But here's a tutorial video on how to make a Pokemon deck. Before I get started with the tutorial, I just wanted to mention that I have my deck with me. So after the tutorial, I'll show you how my deck is built so you guys can have a little more understanding how a Pokemon deck should be built. I mean, mine is not the greatest, but you have a better idea on how to build it. Okay, well, first off, you want to think about what type of deck you want to play. What I mean by that is, do you want to play water with fire, or electric with water, dark with psychic, you know, etc. You want to decide that first, and then you probably want to pick probably two types, or stick with one type, but you don't have to. It's just, your deck might play out a little bit quicker because you want your deck to play out as quick as possible. But you can have as many types as you want in your deck, but if you do, you want those other types to play well with the others, like act as a supporter to your main types or your main attackers in the deck. But I would highly recommend maybe two types the most. Okay, now that you decided what type of Pokemon you want to play in your deck, you must know that you can only have 60 cards in your deck. You can't have no more, you can't have no less. You can play as many energy cards as you want in there, unless it's a special energy. Like example, if you had a special dark energy, it would have like a bunch of little writings at the bottom of the energy card. Well, you can only have 4 of them, and that's what all the special energies look like. They have like a little writing at the bottom and tell you what they do. But you can have only 4 of those. Or Pokemon trainers and supporters is also the same. You can only have 4 of the same name. Like, let's say you had Horsey in there, you could only have 4 Horseys. Or trainers, if you have 4 rare candy, you can only have 4 of those. So you see the idea of what I'm trying to give out to you guys. Well, now that you know that, you probably want to set up your deck with about roughly 20 Pokemon, 25 trainers, and maybe 15 to 20 energies. But if you do put 20 energies, you'll have to adjust the Pokemon or the trainers and supporters. So that would be all up to you on how you want to set up the deck. Okay, now that you know how much approximately that you want to have of each type of cards, like energies and trainer supporters and Pokemon in your deck, I want to share my deck with you and show you the strategy that I have, so you can have a better understanding how the Pokemon can support each other and boost up your deck or your attacks, or make your deck a little bit faster, so you can see that. Alright, I got my deck here to show you the strategy of this deck. The name of this deck is, well, not name, but the Pokemon that are in here are Kingdra and Manabuzz. And also I have Zoroark. Okay, Kingdra is not my main attacker. Manabuzz and Zora is. Those are my main attackers. But I'm going to show you how all these cards kind of come together and kind of help each other out and cover the areas that need to be covered for this deck. So first I have 4 Clefairs, and sorry about that, I got 1 Proxy, that's lame, but I'm working on getting a 4th one. But also, so you know, Proxies are not allowed in tournaments. When you go to a Pokemon tournament or Battle Roads or whatever, you can't have any Proxies. But here we go. So he's got a move where that little circle is, which it doesn't cost any energies to use that attack. It's a free cost. I can use that attack without applying any energies. So what it does is, when I eek, it shuffles my I shuffle my hand into my deck, and then I draw 6 cards. So when I start off, I want to try to get Cleffa and use that to keep shuffling my hand and drawing 6 cards, so I can get out the cards a lot faster. So basically, this is a supporter type card. Well, it is, but it's like Oak's New Theory, because Professor Oak's New Theory has the same effect, but it's a supporter. But this is like a supporter Pokemon. So I got 4 of those. So then I set up 4 Volibes. You want to set up, see, he's my main attacker. So you want to set up, or you want to put 4 of them in there if he's your main attacker, because you want to try to get him out as fast as possible. So that's why I got 4 of those. And then I would have 4 Mana Buzzes for each of those, so I can keep putting them out and keep hitting if the other guy knocks out my Pokemon. So I want to show you the attacks on Mana Buzz. But what the first attack does, it says it does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. And it says don't apply weaknesses and resistance for bench Pokemon. Well, okay. So I can, so for 1 darkness energy, I can only hit a Pokemon that has any damage counters. Now, you remember what I was saying was to have Pokemon help support the other Pokemon. Well, as we get further here, so I got 4 Mana Buzzes, and I'll show you the Horsies in a second, but I wanted to show you what I was talking about. Alright, now Kingdra's Poke Power. It says once during your turn, before your attack, you may use, you may put 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon. This power can be used if Kingdra is affected by a special condition. So Kingdra is on your bench, but you can still use this Poke Power while he's on your bench. And then you got Mana Buzz active. Remember how it said that you can only hit somebody that has damage on it? Well, here's what Kingdra does. Kingdra puts 1 damage counter, and then that allows you for 1 energy to blindside the Pokemon, and you want to try to knock out the Pokemon before they evolve. So most Pokemon would have like an average between like 60 HP usually. So that would be a KO, and then you collect your first prize card in like 2 turns if you can get them out that quick. But then I have 3 Horsies. I have 2 Seadras, but I'm trying to get them with my rare candies, but those are for like backup. If I can't get rare candies, at least that will allow me to evolve into like 3 turns. So then I had 3 Kingdras and 2, well, I do have 2 Zoras, but I have to find the other one. Maybe I put them in there and didn't realize it. Oh well. Well, I have 2 Zoras and 2 Zoroarks. Now Zoroark has Foul Play. Now for 2 colorless energies, it says choose one of the defending Pokemon's attack and use this as your attack. Well, I play a lot of decks that have Emboar and Reshiram. So I can't use Kingdra to attack because his attack for 1 water energy does 60, but if there's fire Pokemon in play, it would only do 20, which I don't understand that. So all the dark Pokemon are my main attackers, and Kingdra's basically a supporter. As I was saying, you know, you need to select cards to support each other. So Reshiram, he has attack that does 120, and then you discard 2 fire energies. Well, of course I wouldn't have 2 fire energies on him. I would have a water energy or whatever I attach to him, so I wouldn't have to discard those cards. But that would do 120 to that active Pokemon because I chose to use that attack, and that's what this card allows me to do. So that kind of covers the big hitters, because Mana Buzz is not really a big hitter. It's more like try to get it out, try to get your Pokemon out fast and get a quick hit. So it's a quick hitter, I guess. Oh well. Let's see here. I have 4 Professor Oaks. Remember I was telling you what this does is shuffles your hand into your deck, and then you draw 6 cards. So that's just like the Cleffa, but this is in a supporter format. You want to keep cards moving in your hands because you want to be able to play different cards and get evolution cards and it speeds up your deck a little bit. And then these are one of my favorite supporters, Pokemon Collector. This helps out your deck tremendously. It says search your deck up to 3 basic Pokemon, show it to your opponent, and then put them into your hand and shuffle your deck afterwards. So this supporter allows you to get the 3 basic Pokemon. Then if you got room on your bench, you can play them. Or if you wanted to, like, see how these supporters and trainers help each other? You would use a Pokemon Collector, collect 3 Pokemon, and then you would use a Pokemon Communication, and that allows you to look for any Pokemon when you put a Pokemon in your hand on top of your deck. That's just a short way of saying it, but but what I'm saying is the strategy in this deck, they all go together and they help each other. And then the rare candies help me evolve Kingdra faster. They're all stuck together. So you got the 4 rare candies, and then Junk Arm also helps me too, because if I needed to evolve 2 Horsies, or if I needed to use another trainer again, I have Junk Arms to do so. So that also helps me real big. And then Pokeballs to get, you know, your Pokemon evolve faster. And switches. I can, since this deck does not have a lot of energies, I put a couple switches in there so I can spare those and I don't have to use so much. So I got 2 of those. I don't have to discard the energies, because once I discard them, I can't get them back because I have no energy retrievals or nothing like that. But I was talking about the special energies. This is what a special energy is. This is a rescue energy. It's got the little writing at the bottom, as you can see there. But you can only have a total of 4 of these in your deck, and that's what I did with the special dark energies. There we go. So these are the special, and I only have 4 in there because that's all you're allowed to have. That's the max. And then we got the basic energy cards, 2 regular darks, and then 4 basic waters, and then that completes my deck. And but that's how you want to build a deck. You saw how I had Kingdra with the poke power to put damage on a Pokemon, and then I can blindside them for 50. So that's whatever Pokemon has damage on it. So that gives me a freedom to attack anybody on the field that I want, instead of just attacking the defending Pokemon. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped, and I hope I explained it very well. If you have any questions, just leave a comment and I will answer them. Thank you.